Welcome to the Purposepreneur Podcast with K. Francis Smith.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Purposepreneur Show. I am K. Francis Smith, the Purposepreneur, and I want to thank you for tuning in today. You are in for an amazing show. We are talking today about a question. Here's my question for you. Are you ready? Here it is. All right. Can money, fame, and fortune, materialism, buy you happiness? Can it buy you happiness? I know you're trying to secure the bag. I get it. Everybody's trying to secure the bag. But the question I have is, when you get the bag, will the bag make you happy? Will it come with all the perks you think it's going to have? I know you think that you get the bag, life's going to change. It will change. You will get cousins you never knew you had, friends, relatives and acquaintances you never had. People laugh at all your jokes. But will it make you happy? Well, I want to figure that out. That's the question we're asking today. Will the fame make you happy? Will the material, does a bigger car, a bigger house, a bigger boat, does private travel, whatever it is that comes with this fame and fortune, will it make you happy? When you get a more expensive watch, when you get a better car, will you be happy? When you can buy more land or a bigger situation, when you can buy a safer neighborhood, will you be happy? Well, we're going to check in with some celebrities to see how happy they really are. Are they happy? Will they come back with the report? Money did it for me. I got to the top of the mountain. And when I got to the top of the mountain, it was so beautiful. I saw the tops of the trees, man. I saw everything I needed to see. It was the bomb. It was crazy. Y'all should have been there. What will they say? So let's check in with some celebrities to see if money, fame, and fortune, material, can make you happy. Come on, talk to me, celebrities. I want to hear from you. Take us in.
When How I Met Your Mother first went on the air, I ran into an actress that I knew, and she said, "Are you just like so happy all the time?"
Why am I unhappy? Okay, Stephanie Gaga, hybrid person. Why are you unhappy? Why is it that you want to quit music?
And I remember thinking like, oh, that sitcom's coming. Like that sitcom, it's coming. And when I got it, I mean, I won't say it was a depression, but you kind of go through a disappointment because that fame or that thing didn't satisfy the way you thought it was going to satisfy.
I had bought into the not uncommon notion that when I taste success, when I get over there, then I'll be happy. But the strangest thing happened. As the show got more successful, I got more depressed.
I thought it would be good to be rich and famous. It would be good to be the opposite of this. It would be good to have stuff. It would be good to have money. It would be good to be invited to the party. Well, I've been invited. I've been in. We're having this chat in a private Swish members club in East London. It's super cool. There's bare brick walls. Everyone's double good looking. But I've been inside now. I've seen the other side of the looking glass. It ain't f***ing worth it. It's not good. It don't feed your soul. I still feel empty inside.
I had everything a man could want, even then. I was a millionaire. I had beautiful women in my life. I had cars, a house, an incredible, a solid gold career, and a future. And yet, on a daily basis, I wanted to commit suicide.
As a Beatle, we made it, and there was nothing to do. We had money, we had fame, and there was no joy.
The media told me every day, and it's telling you every day what it is to be successful. So you've got MTV Cribs, you've got billionaires in front of your face, you have these extrinsic, external goals that will say, oh, Tom Shadyac has arrived. He has the right house, the right car, he flies privately. And when I got there, it was empty.
I was successful in the music business, I was successful in modeling, in television, in real estate. So I made all this money and I had all this success. And here I was going, okay, I still don't feel any different.
We are told that if we're beautiful, if we're skinny, if we're successful, famous, if we fit in, if everyone loves us, that we'll be happy. but that's not entirely true.
I don't like wasting my time spending days just shaking people's hands and smiling, taking selfies. It feels shallow to my existence. I have a lot more to offer than my image. I don't like being used to make people money. I feel sad when I'm overworked and that I've just become a money-making machine and that my passion and my creativity take a back seat. That makes me unhappy.
If you are looking for fame to define you, then you will never be happy, and you will always be searching for happiness, and you will never find it in fame.
I was surrounded by all this wealth and all this fame and all this power, and yet they were all miserable, and I had never been more miserable.
You know, I thought that all would be helped and healed and soothed by fame. Because when I get famous, then I will be less lonely, and I will be understood, and I will be loved, and that love will go in and heal any of the broken parts. And then I came to see that it was actually quite isolating.
The most important journey I think all of us will go through is the journey in ourselves, to find our truth, to find who we are and what makes us happy.
I saw that if I wanted to live with myself, I was going to have to work on myself.
So what did I do? I started to say no. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. I'm not taking that picture. I'm not going to that event. I'm not standing by that because that's not what I stand for. And slowly but surely, I remembered who I am. And then you go home and you look in the mirror and you're like, yes, I can go to bed with you every night. Because that person, I know that person. That person has balls. That person has integrity. That person has an opinion.
A lot of people, black, white, Mexican, young or old, fat or skinny, have a problem being true to themselves. They have a problem looking in the mirror and looking directly into their own souls. I can look directly into my face and find my soul. It's there. It's not sold. I didn't sell it. It's still within me. I still feel it. My heart is still connected to my body.
I stopped doing what I had always been doing, which was the go, 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 pursue, pursue, pursue. And I sat still and listened to that inner voice and said, okay, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to create? What do you want your life to mean?
All we need is to feel valued and feel loved by the people around us and to be doing something that makes us feel alive, whether that's creating something, it's art, it's beautiful, making a change, making a difference. Everything else, social approval and all this excess money.
There's too much money here. I mean, nobody should be hitting lotto for 36 million and we got people starving in the streets. That is not idealistic, that's just real. That is just stupid. There's no way Michael Jackson should have, or whoever Jackson, should have $1,000,000 billion and then there's people starving. There's no way.
I would prefer a culture that didn't celebrate, exacerbate, stimulate the most negative aspects of our species, inculcate them, reward them financially, till we get to a kind of a cultural hysteria where we're destroying the planet.
I don't believe we're these miserable animals wired to maximize self-interest. I think that actually goes against our nature and causes us a lot of pain.
Darwin mentioned the word love 95 times in The Descent of Man. He mentioned survival of the fittest twice. I went through 50 years of my life on Earth before I heard that. That's insane. And I believe it comes from a culture that is humming on an insane philosophy. Got to keep everybody separate. We got to compete against each other. We got to, whoever gets the winner gets the toys and the spoils. I believe you guys are in a culture that is depressing your authenticity, your creativity. It's pitting you against each other, and it's up to you guys to birth a new culture. So, yes, it is your world, folks. It is your world coming.
All right, we've heard from the celebrities. We've heard from them. They spoke from a very, very, very deep place. They got to the top of the mountain, and they came back with a report about fame, fortune, and materialism. And the report was overwhelming. Wasn't that amazing? When you can look at Lady Gaga, who was the most famous person in the world at one time, who tells you, I lost myself. I had to start saying no. This is Tupac. Pac's like, look, man, hey, look, it shouldn't be this way. It's an imbalance. Why do some people have money and others don't? What's going on with this world? John Lennon, the Beatles. The Beatles said we had it all. And what we realized when we had it all is that all of it didn't make us happy. Fame made us have to hide from ourselves. It made us have to really vet people. Fame made us prisoners to our own names and faces. It's a crazy thing when you lose your face. It's a crazy thing when you lose your freedom. It gets even crazier when you lose your soul. Tupac looked in the mirror and said he had his soul. I don't know. I don't know if he had his soul. All I know is I love Pac, and Tupac was my man. And one thing he said that really, there's a couple of things Tupac did that inspired me. One, they said Tupac would go in the bathroom and come out with 4 songs. Bam, productivity. Number 2, Tupac said something. He said, I might not change the world, but he said, I guarantee you, I will spark the mind of the person that does. Man, that's a powerful quote. Quotable, shout out to the West Coast. No, he's from New York. Tupac is from the East Coast, went to the West Coast. Shout out to the RIP. Rest well, Tupac Shakur. You see a lot of people saying a lot of things. And most of these guys struggle because the culture shock of going from obscurity to massive fame will make you say, man, it's just not safe. People are out to get your money. They're out to get favor. You know, and when you start to look at people, you don't know, why are these people hanging around me? What do you want, man? Like, where did you even come from? Like, what is the deal? I think it was Drake that said he got so many more friends than he had last year. What is going on? No, that wasn't the way he said it. I'm paraphrasing, but the reality is, whenever you get money, money will make you more of what you already are. That means if you're generous, you'll be more generous. Listen, if you love to drink, you'll get more expensive drinks. You'll drink more. If you love beautiful women, you'll get more beautiful women and more beautiful women, if that makes sense. If you like boats, you'll get a bigger, better boat. You like houses, you'll get a bigger, better house. But if you're stingy, you'll be more stingy. Come on now, you're grumpy, you'll be grumpier. You're selfish, you'll be more selfish. Whatever it is, you'll be more of it. Money accentuates what you already are. So we're looking at this thing, and we got to look at it, because some people think that money is a destination. I want to know, is it a destination? Is this somewhere you arrive at? Or is money more like destiny? I want to check this thing out, because we think that fame, some people want to be an actor and actress. Some people want to be producers. And then you get there and you realize, man, I'm up here at the top. And guess what? I got to the top of the mountain, and guess what? It was nothing but air. It was the Apostle Paul that said, I've been abased and I've abounded, and I've learned in whatever situation I'm in to be content. Are you content with where you are? If you complain where you are, you're going to complain everywhere. You'll never be happy. So I've learned some things about this journey. I've learned that life is like a dance. If a dance were about the end result, then you'd celebrate when the dance is over. But the dance is the biggest part of the life. The step is the biggest part of the dance. We're not celebrating because we got to the end of the dance. We celebrate each step in the dance, because each step in the dance is an important step in the dance. So we don't worry about the end. We just focus on each step, right? So in the interest of that analogy, in the interest of life and purpose being like a dance step, I want to go to this next one about purpose, because we can ready to find our purpose in a few short minutes. So focus. I want you to hear this. I want you to be totally present, because we're about to hear about how to find this purpose in a few minutes. Come on, let's go.
So many people say they can't find their life purpose. They don't know why they are here on this earth. I think the first problem is most people think that their life purpose is something they need to find, like a needle in a haystack, or a mathematical problem you can solve to figure out what your life is all about. Your purpose is not hiding behind a bush. Your purpose is not hiding. It's not a problem to solve. It is waiting for you to become more present and more conscious. I want to tell you, everyone has purpose on this earth, but your purpose is not coming to you through your thoughts. You cannot think it into existence. Don't overthink it. Your purpose can't be found using brain power or solving a mathematical equation. Your purpose is not going to come to you through your brain. It can only come through your heart, your intuition. And for that to happen, you need to be present. You need to live in the present moment. Give your fullest attention, your best effort to each present moment. Giving your full attention and very best action in each moment will lead to each next best moment. It will lead to expansion and growth in your life, which will ultimately lead you to many things you love doing. And soon you will understand what your purpose really is. But don't rush it. Don't stress over it. No purpose is coming through stress. No purpose is rushing through because you're anxious. Do your thing and do it to the best of your ability in every moment, no matter what it is. If it's taking out the trash, that's your purpose right now. Do it better than anyone and be present. If it's helping 1 million people change their lives, do it, but do it with presence. Everyone is different. Your main purpose might be to be a great parent. Maybe your grand life purpose is to help those less fortunate, to stand up for injustice that matters to you. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as you know it's right for you. When you discover that thing which you must do, it will take on a life of its own. You will discover yourself to be greater than anything you ever expected of yourself. If you're continually searching for it, you're missing out on living. And when you miss out on living in this moment, you miss out on creating your best moments, which lead to that purpose. You might say that you have a purpose and a why. Your purpose might be to help others out of depression. Your why might be because you have been there yourself or lost someone you love to depression. Your purpose might be to give your children love and presence. Your why might be because you didn't receive it yourself, because you know the opposite and don't want that for anyone. Your purpose and your why might have nothing to do with each other. Your why might be your family, your legacy, something that has nothing to do with the work you do. Why is it a must for you? What is the reason? If your purpose is meaningful and your why is strong, nothing will stop you. Find that purpose. Get quiet and understand why you must.
All right, so let's now transition into success. If you're going to be successful, we've learned a few things. Number one, we've learned that purpose is not as much a destination as much as it is destiny. It's not about reaching a point in life. It's not about getting to your goal. It's about the process, right? So what we want to do is we want to enjoy the process. The journey is the reward. So this last one taught us about being present. One of the most difficult things for us to be in this day and time is present. Why? This little thing right here, this little baby Jesus right here, that if you leave this puppy home, you're going to lose your mind. Don't mess around and lose it. Misplace this little baby Jesus. You will strip search your best friend looking for this. And you probably got something in it you ain't got no business having. And the truth of the matter is this, listen to me. This is back in the day, they used to have to arrest you to get your fingerprint. But now they get your fingerprint, your face print, and everything just to keep everything secure. And this little bitty thing here with all of these little apps. Y'all see all them apps? Look at them apps. What in the world? I ain't got that many. I don't keep that many apps. I don't have time for that stuff. But seriously, be present. Try your best to be present. You're at your best, family person, when this phone is face down, not because you're hiding something, but because you want to be present. Your presence is more valuable than your presence, all right? Your presence is more valuable than your presents. Your physical presence is much more valuable than your material gifts or presents that you can give. You cannot replace your presence with presents. You cannot be gone all the time and then try to come back with goodies and act like the goodies can take your place, because the goodies can't think like you think, speak like you speak, give the wonderful energy that you have, and look the way you look. Don't you look wonderful? Look at yourself and just say, mirror, mirror on the wall, who has the fairest presence of them all? That would be you. You are amazing. You are outstanding. You are phenomenal, and no one can replace you. And certainly no inanimate object or material possession can replace your gift. You cannot replace your presence with a car. It's not going to work. Now, don't get me wrong. You buy me a car, depending upon who you are, I might be very happy. And look, and if I never see you again, it might be too soon. Oh, did I say that? Did I do that? Oops, I did it again. All right, so here we go. Let's go into purpose. So this young man, Damien Escobar, went all the way from homelessness. Something about homelessness. People who are homeless look like they're hitting home runs. Look it. From homeless to home run. Let's go. Damien Escobar, take us in, man. Let's go.
Imagine gaining fame and fortune and then losing it all.
That's exactly what happened to hip-hop violinist Damien Escobar, but today he has made his comeback. We caught up with Damien on the set of his latest video, Get Up and Dance. 30-year-old Damien Escobar describes his life and his music in one word. It's also the name of his upcoming album.
Boundless. It's a coming-of-age album. It embodies freedom. Freedom to create, freedom to pretty much do what I want as an artist, as a person.
It would seem to me that you probably could have called it Comeback.
I could have, but that would have been the easy way out.
There was no easy way out for Damien growing up with his brother in the tough streets of Jamaica, Queens. Against all odds, it seemed he'd found his calling, the child prodigy who played the violin like no one else. 13, graduated from Juilliard.
Yeah. After Juilliard, you know, I rebelled. I went through my moments. I got arrested for a gun charge when I was 14. I stopped playing violin. I made some poor choices, but I found my way back. And then when I found my way back is when I picked up my first love. So me and the violin got a love affair. I love her. She pays my bills. And, you know, she takes care of me.
But every now and then you and the violin have a falling out.
Isn't it marriage?
Damien and his brother were featured here on Today 11 years ago. They went from playing in the subways of New York City to performing at the White House, winning 2 Emmys, appearing in commercials, and gaining fame and fortune.
It was all about money. It wasn't about the message or the purpose.
When he split with his brother, Damien became depressed and stopped playing. Soon, the hip-hop violinist who first started performing in the subways was sleeping in them.
E-Train, A-Train. I didn't want to burden anybody. You know, I didn't want to go to anybody's house. I didn't want people to know I was homeless.
His daughter helped inspire his comeback.
He said, so Daddy, what are you going to do now? And I said, wow. I didn't know how to answer that. I haven't played violin for about 10 months. And when I first picked it back up, you know, it was more so for my kids. But as I started creating and started seeing the lives I was touching and finding my way in music and finding myself, it became something for me.
What's up, Caesar? Now, his mission is to give back to his fans, like 7-year-old Caesar Sant.
I want to hear you play.
A violin prodigy himself who has sickle cell anemia.
He's had 2 strokes by the age of 5. He has to get monthly blood transfusions, and he wakes up every day and smiles and plays his violin. If I can use my platform to bring awareness to you because he's raising money to get this huge operation he needs, I'll do it.
Today, Damien's music is his motivation.
I can't imagine doing anything else. You know, I found my purpose. You know, once you find your purpose, you found yourself.
So Damien, you're teaching us that, number one, the first time you went for money, so we don't need to do it for money because that is short-lived. I learned that thrills play out, sensations are short-lived, and money, according to Dr. Martin Luther King, is a rather uncertain deity. It can grow wings, fly away, and as a matter of fact, it's a means to an end. If you don't have an end result for your money is just gonna make a fool out of you because you cannot live for money. You can't serve for money because once you get it, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you going to do? So he lost his passion because he was doing it for money and it ran out. Then guess what? He found it. He renewed that passion, got in it, and he did it for what you're supposed to do it for. Number one, to change someone else's life. And number two, to give back. Purpose is all about other people. Your purpose, you exist to give to other people. Whatever you have, you're supposed to empty it out. And the world becomes a better place as you get to live your best life. That's why I'm here. I help people find, fund, and fulfill their purpose so they can live their best life and so that the world can become a better place. So, shout out, salute to Damien Escobar. Man, you've done a great job, and I'm so grateful. Hip hop violinist. 2 Emmys. Man, that's a big deal. He's doing his thizzle. I hear him. So check it out. When you start talking about purpose, you're talking about other people, and you're talking about giving back. Whatever God gave you, whatever he put inside of you, it's for you to empty it out. Give it away, disperse it in large amounts. As you disperse it, there's a strange thing that happens. You get it back in abundance. Listen, I'm so grateful you tuned in today. This is K. Francis Smith, and I am telling you, this young man, Damien, I don't think we've seen the last of him. He was on the Today Show, and I can tell you something about that because guess what? I was on the Today Show this year, and when I was on the Today Show, they come to your house, well, they came to my house. They set up shop, and they showed us some things. They went through some things. They filmed me, filmed my family, and then a strange thing happened. We were filming in my film studio. And they said, oh, nice cameras, nice set. Wow, this is fancy. This is high tech. They said, but can I tell you something, sir? Your table's too close to the backdrop. Maybe you want to move your table forward. So the reason why this table is this far from my backdrop here at the studio is because we learned it from the Today Show. Fun fact, Today Show, shout out to the Today Show, all the producers there, great people, great show, and that is my time. Listen, we're going to go out like this. We here at the Purposepreneur Show, our hearts go out to the family, friends, relatives, and acquaintances of Breonna Taylor. The decision to not indict those officers was unjust, and it is irretrievably wrong, right? We have a system of justice that is just imbalanced, it's out of whack, and it needs to be adjusted. It needs an overhaul. So our prayers are with that family. This beautiful young lady should not be gone, but this here show is in memory, loving memory of Miss Breonna Taylor. Now, in closing, may all of your dreams become a reality. May you enjoy success in all you do, and may you live your life on purpose.